Captain Aaron stood at the edge of the landing platform, his boots crunching against the metallic surface of his small shuttle. Lyra 7 stretched before him like a jewel in the dark void of space. A world of crystal towers, glowing rivers, and forests that shimmered with alien light. For centuries, humanity had only dreamed of reaching this distant planet. And now, Aaron was here. One of the first humans to set foot on its surface. His mission was simple on paper: observe, record, and report, but Aaron knew that legends of the alien Princess Lyra made this far more complicated. The princess was said to be unlike any leader humans had ever encountered. Her species, the Lyrans, were advanced in ways that bordered on the magical, blending technology and biology seamlessly. They could manipulate energy, communicate in subtle ways, and maintain harmony with the living planet itself. But it was her intelligence and wisdom that had earned her the title of princess, a ruler who was curious about other species but cautious about outsiders. As Aaron walked down the landing ramp, he felt a mixture of awe and nervousness. Every step brought him closer to the palace, a massive structure that seemed to grow organically from the ground. Its walls pulsed with a soft light, and strange patterns moved across the surface like living tattoos. The air was filled with a gentle hum, almost as if the building itself were aware of his presence. Aaron's communicator crackled. "Captain, remember, Lyra is not just a figurehead. She observes everything. One wrong move, and she may deny you entry," his mission commander warned from Earth. "I know," Aaron replied, adjusting his jacket. "I'll be careful." The main doors of the palace opened before him as if by instinct, revealing a hall bathed in light. Crystalline pillars reflected the glow of the floor, which rippled under his boots like liquid glass. At the far end, standing on a slightly raised platform, was Princess Lyra herself. Her form was elegant and luminous, her skin reflecting the colors of the palace. She wore a robe that seemed woven from light, and her eyes, large and brilliant, focused intently on Aaron. Aaron froze for a moment, not out of fear, but out of the sheer weight of the encounter. Here was a being who represented an entire civilization, and she had been startled, clearly not expecting a human to approach so boldly. Lyra's surprise was evident, a fleeting flicker across her composed expression. I am Captain Aaron," he began, using the formal greeting he had prepared. "I come in peace, representing humanity." Lyra tilted her head, examining him with curious eyes. Though her voice was calm, it carried authority. "You walk into the heart of my palace without warning," she said. "Most of your kind would not dare." Aaron nodded. "I understand. But my mission is not to threaten. I wish to learn, to share knowledge, and to understand your people." The princess studied him, her gaze piercing yet thoughtful. "Humans are bold," she said after a moment, "and perhaps too curious for your own safety. But curiosity is valuable. Come forward, Captain." Aaron felt a surge of relief. He stepped carefully into the hall, mindful of every gesture, every sound. As he moved closer, he noticed the intricate carvings along the walls, images of Lyran history, battles, discoveries, and alliances. He realized that this palace was not merely a home or fortress but a living record of a civilization that had endured for millennia. Lyra descended from her platform with graceful steps. "You must understand," she said, "that humans are unlike any visitors I have met. Your species is young, untested in the vastness of space. And yet, here you are, alone, entering my home." "I am aware of the risks," Aaron replied. "But humans survive because we adapt, we learn quickly, and we face challenges head-on. I hope to show that our potential is worth your trust." For a moment, Lyra said nothing. She turned slightly, gesturing to the surrounding hall. "Walk with me," she said finally. "I will show you something few outsiders ever witness." As they moved through the palace, Aaron noticed subtle changes in the environment. Lights shifted in response to Lyra's presence, floors changed texture underfoot, and the walls seemed to breathe gently. It was unlike any architecture he had seen, a fusion of biology and technology, responsive and alive. "You see, Captain," Elira said, her voice softening. "My people have learned to coexist with our world. We do not simply inhabit it. We understand it, feel it, and protect it. Yet, even in our perfection, there are mysteries we cannot solve alone." Aaron listened intently, feeling both humbled and inspired. He had read about advanced civilizations, but experiencing one firsthand was something else entirely. His mind raced with questions about their science, culture, and philosophy. Yet he knew he had to earn Elira's trust before asking. They reached a chamber filled with glowing orbs floating in midair, each containing miniature landscapes and ecosystems. Some depicted forests, others oceans, and a few even showed planets orbiting distant stars. "These are our studies of life across the galaxy," Elira explained. "We observe, learn, and sometimes intervene when necessary. Knowledge is not just power, it is responsibility." Aaron's eyes widened. "This is incredible," he said. "Your civilization must have lasted thousands of years to reach this level of understanding." Elira's expression softened into something almost like a smile. "Time is relative," she said. "Wisdom is earned, not given. And now, Captain, you stand at a crossroads. Your species is young, yes, but you have courage, creativity, and an unyielding drive. That makes you remarkable." The words struck Aaron deeply. Humanity had struggled for centuries, facing wars, famine, and countless obstacles. Yet here he was, being acknowledged by a species that had mastered the stars. It was a validation he could hardly believe. Suddenly, an alarm sounded softly, a vibration through the floor that was felt more than heard. Elira's eyes sharpened. "You are fortunate, Captain, that your arrival coincides with a minor disturbance. Follow me." They entered a smaller room, walls lined with strange instruments and glowing panels. Elira touched a panel, and a holographic display appeared, showing a map of Lyra 7 and surrounding space. Aaron saw movement ships approaching from a neighboring system. "Who are they?" he asked. "They are travelers with hostile intent," Elira said. "They seek to take what is not theirs. Lyra 7 is rich in resources, and some find our harmony threatening. They will not understand peace, only power." Aaron felt a surge of determination. "Then we must find a way to defend it. I may be human, but humans have faced impossible odds before. Perhaps we can work together." Elira nodded slowly. "Perhaps. But first, you must learn about my people, not just our technology, but our values. Only then can we hope to act wisely." For the next few hours, Elira guided Aaron through the palace, explaining Lyran history, culture, and philosophy. He learned that their society valued knowledge, cooperation, and adaptability. Unlike humans, they had evolved to think collectively, yet they recognized the importance of individual choice. Aaron shared stories of humanity in return, our struggles, our triumphs, our relentless pursuit of exploration. Elira listened intently, occasionally raising an eyebrow or tilting her head in curiosity. She asked questions about human emotions, creativity, and determination, showing a genuine interest in understanding a species so different from her own. By the time the sun, or what passed for a sun on Lyra 7, began to set, Aaron realized that the initial shock Elira had felt when he entered the palace had transformed. It was no longer surprise at the audacity of a human visitor, but interest, curiosity, and perhaps even respect. As the day drew to a close, Elira escorted Aaron to a balcony overlooking the glowing forests and rivers of Lyra 7. "You have much to learn," she said, "and I have much to observe. But there is potential in your people, Captain. A spark that could one day rival even the greatest of civilizations." Aaron gazed out at the alien world, feeling both humbled and inspired. He had come as an observer, a student of this advanced civilization. But he now understood that humans had strengths that no alien could easily replicate: resilience, ingenuity, and the courage to face the unknown. Illyra's gaze met his, steady and thoughtful. Rest now, Captain. Tomorrow your lessons begin in earnest. The galaxy is vast, and we are but its students. Perhaps together, we can learn faster than any could alone. Aaron nodded, feeling the weight of the day settle upon him. He had stepped into the palace unsure of what to expect, yet he now understood that first impressions were only the beginning. Humanity had a place among the stars. And this encounter with the alien Princess Illyra was the first step toward a future full of possibility, discovery, and unity. As night fell on Lyra 7, the palace glowed softly, a beacon of knowledge and hope. Captain Aaron knew that tomorrow would bring challenges, surprises, and perhaps dangers, but he also knew that humanity's spirit was strong enough to face whatever lay ahead, and in the eyes of the alien princess, that strength had not gone unnoticed. The next morning, Lyra 7's skies shimmered in shades of gold and violet, as though the planet itself were welcoming the day. Captain Aaron awoke in the guest chamber of the palace, a room that seemed alive with gentle light and soft hums of energy flowing through the walls. The air smelled faintly of ozone and blossoms, an alien yet comforting scent. He dressed quickly and prepared for what Illyra had promised, a deeper understanding of the Lyran civilization. Illyra met him in the central hall, her presence commanding yet serene. "Today you will see how we learn, Captain," she said. "Understanding is not enough. Knowledge must be applied." Aaron followed her through halls that seemed to change as they walked, pathways widening, walls bending, and light flowing like liquid glass. The palace was alive, and it responded to Illyra's thoughts as if it were an extension of her mind. Aaron felt both awe and slight nervousness. He had never been inside a building so aware of its occupants. They entered a large chamber where dozens of orbs floated in midair. Each orb contained a miniature ecosystem, spinning slowly like a world in a jar. Rivers flowed, storms raged, and alien creatures moved within. Illyra gestured to one orb showing a planet ravaged by conflict. "This is the result of misuse," she said. "Power without wisdom leads to destruction. Humans, I have read, have faced similar struggles on your home world." Aaron nodded. "Yes, we have made mistakes, but we also learn from them. That is why I am here to learn from others, and to share our knowledge in return." Illyra's eyes glinted with curiosity. "Then let us exchange, Captain. Show me something of your species that cannot be measured or studied in our orbs." Aaron thought for a moment. "Perhaps creativity. Humans are not the strongest, nor the fastest. But we can invent, imagine, and adapt in ways that surprise even ourselves. I can show you examples, though they will be basic compared to your technology." With Illyra watching intently, Aaron demonstrated human ingenuity using small portable devices he had brought. Simple machines, holographic projections, and problem-solving algorithms, he showed how humans could overcome obstacles with limited resources. Illyra's expression shifted from curiosity to genuine admiration. "You are resourceful," she said softly. "I see why your species survives. Strength is not only in power but in the ability to change, to adapt. This is rare among the stars." Their exchange was interrupted by a sudden vibration through the palace floor. Aaron's heart raced. "What is that?" he asked. Illyra's expression hardened. "Trouble. A faction from the neighboring system seeks to claim Lyra 7's resources. They do not negotiate. They take. We must act." Aaron's mind raced. He had trained for emergencies, but defending an alien civilization was a challenge unlike any he had faced. "What can I do?" he asked. "You will assist," Illyra said. "Humans think differently. Your perspective may be our advantage. Observe first." She led him to the strategy chamber, where holographic displays mapped the approaching enemy fleet. Sleek, dark ships moved in formation, their energy signatures aggressive and unfamiliar. The palace's defense systems activated automatically, turrets rose, energy shields shimmered, and drones hovered silently, ready to respond. Aaron studied the displays. "Their formation is strong, but predictable," he observed. If we disrupt their communication or mislead their sensors, we could slow them down, giving your defenses an advantage. Alira's eyes widened. You think quickly. Very well, Captain. Prepare to act. For hours, they coordinated strategy. Alira's knowledge of Lyran technology, combined with Aaron's human creativity, allowed them to anticipate enemy movements. They deployed holographic decoys, rerouted energy fields, and activated camouflage systems in the surrounding forests. Aaron suggested using the planet's natural features, crystal cliffs, dense forests, and glowing rivers to confuse the invaders. Alira agreed, impressed by his unconventional thinking. When the enemy fleet arrived, the battle began silently. Energy beams streaked across the sky, reflecting in the crystalline towers. Drones and automated defenses intercepted incoming ships, while Aaron and Alira guided strategies from the palace. The invaders found themselves misled at every turn, their attacks disrupted by illusions and environmental advantages. During the battle, Alira glanced at Aaron. Your species is remarkable, she said. Others would have relied only on strength. You rely on ingenuity. Aaron nodded, adrenaline pumping. We survive because we adapt. That's how humans endure. That's how we conquer the impossible. Hours passed, and gradually, the invaders' fleet was forced to retreat. Some ships were damaged, others confused by the terrain and defenses. Lyra 7 remained safe, thanks to a combination of Lyran technology and human problem-solving. As the dust settled, Alira approached Aaron. You have not only survived but contributed greatly. I misjudged your species in some ways. You are not simply visitors or observers. You are capable allies. 1. Aaron smiled, feeling a sense of pride and purpose. I am honored, Princess. Humanity may be young, but we have courage and creativity. That is how we survive and grow. Alira led him to the palace gardens, where glowing plants and alien flowers swayed gently. You must rest, Captain, but know this. Your presence here has changed something in our court. My people will now consider humans differently. We see potential where we once saw risk. Aaron walked beside her, absorbing the beauty of the garden and the weight of her words. It is humbling, he said, to be recognized by a civilization so advanced. I only hope we continue to prove our worth. Alira smiled faintly. You already have. And there is more to come. The galaxy is vast, and dangers are everywhere. But with your ingenuity and our knowledge combined, perhaps we can face challenges that no single species could handle alone. For the first time, Aaron felt a true connection with an alien being. Not fear, not awe alone, but mutual respect and understanding. They had faced danger together, and in doing so, had created a bond that promised cooperation, learning, and a shared future. As night fell on Lyra 7, the palace glowed with a calm, steady light. Aaron stood at the balcony once more, watching the stars. He thought of Earth, of the people he represented, and of the adventures that lay ahead. Humanity had survived centuries of struggle, had conquered challenges unimaginable, and now had a place among the stars. Alira joined him silently, her gaze on the distant constellations. Tomorrow, you will learn more of our sciences, our philosophies, and our methods of energy manipulation, she said. But tonight, reflect. You have shown that humans can be more than observers. You are participants in the cosmos, and your species has the spark to influence events far beyond your home world. Aaron nodded, feeling the weight of her words. We will not waste it, he said quietly. Humanity will rise to the challenge, and we will honor this opportunity. Alira's eyes softened. I believe you, Captain. And I believe that our meeting was not by chance. Perhaps the galaxy brings species together, not merely by accident, but for a reason. Your ingenuity, courage, and curiosity may be the bridge between worlds. As the twin moons of Lyra 7 rose, casting silver light over the palace gardens, Aaron realized something profound. Humanity was small in the vast universe, yet their spirit, determination, and adaptability made them a force to be reckoned with. And now, with allies like Illyra and her people, humans could explore the stars, learn from ancient civilizations, and contribute in ways they had never imagined. The night passed peacefully, but Aaron knew it was only the beginning. Challenges would come, dangers awaited, and mysteries of the universe remained unsolved. Yet he also knew that with courage, intelligence, and collaboration, humanity could rise to meet them and perhaps even surpass expectations. Tomorrow, he would continue his lessons. But tonight, he allowed himself a quiet moment of pride. He had entered an alien world as a visitor, faced the unknown with respect and courage, and earned recognition from a civilization that had mastered the stars. For the first time, Captain Aaron felt the weight and the hope of humanity in the cosmos, and he understood that this encounter with the alien Princess Illyra was the first step in a journey that could change the galaxy forever. The morning on Lyra 7 dawned with a golden hue that shimmered across the crystalline towers of the palace. Captain Aaron woke early, the events of the previous day still vivid in his mind. Humanity had survived a direct threat, had proven its ingenuity, and had earned the attention and respect of Princess Illyra. But he knew that the galaxy was vast and unpredictable. This was only the beginning. Illyra met him in the central hall, her expression calm but purposeful. "Captain, today we solidify the alliance between our peoples," she said. "The threat you saw yesterday is not unique. Others will come, seeking what they cannot earn. Humanity has shown potential, but now we must demonstrate trust, strategy, and cooperation on a larger scale." Aaron nodded. He had learned much about Lyran technology and philosophy in the past day. But this challenge was different. It would test not only intelligence and courage, but also diplomacy, patience, and collaboration between species. The first stop was the Palace Observatory, a vast dome overlooking Lyra 7's forests, mountains, and rivers. Holographic displays of nearby star systems floated in midair, showing movement of ships, energy fields, and planets. Illyra gestured toward a cluster of star systems. "These are our neighbors," she explained. "Many are peaceful. Some are ambitious. Some may be dangerous if provoked. Today, you will join me in planning not only defense, but also cooperation." Aaron studied the displays carefully. "We can build communication networks, establish early warnings, and share knowledge to prevent conflict before it starts," he suggested. "Humans have experience in forming alliances, negotiating disputes, and thinking creatively under pressure." Illyra's eyes brightened. "Indeed. That is why you are here. We have advanced technology, but humans have flexibility, unpredictability, and courage. That combination is rare." Over the next several hours, Illyra and Irene worked together to develop a multi-layered alliance strategy. They mapped potential threats, identified civilizations open to dialogue, and proposed systems of mutual protection. Aaron's suggestions often leaned on human intuition and ingenuity, proposing solutions that Illyra herself had not considered. "You think differently," she said, observing one of his proposals. "Your species uses imagination to solve problems that logic alone cannot. That is remarkable." Fact. Before their work could progress further, a sudden alert flashed across the observatory displays. A scout vessel from the hostile faction had returned, approaching Lyra 7's borders. Illyra's face remained calm, but Aaron felt the familiar tension of imminent danger. "This is the moment, Captain," Illyra said. "We will test the alliance we are building. Your ideas, your courage, your creativity, apply them now." Aaron took a deep breath. He had faced unexpected threats before, but this was different. The survival of an alien civilization rested partly on his decisions. "Let's combine your technology with human strategy," he said. They activated energy shields around key locations on the planet and deployed drones equipped with camouflage and surveillance. Illyra and Irene coordinated a plan to mislead the invaders using holographic decoys environmental advantages, and strategic energy pulses. Unlike yesterday, this confrontation would be observed by the Lyran court and the neighboring systems, testing the effectiveness of human-alien collaboration. The enemy vessel approached, sleek and menacing, but their sensors were quickly confused. Holographic projections made Lyra 7 appear empty, energy pulses misdirected their targeting systems, and drones led them into false patterns. Elira's fleet remained hidden, waiting for the perfect moment to act. Aaron suggested a bold maneuver. We can use the natural crystal formations along the mountains to reflect and amplify energy pulses. It will create a temporary field strong enough to push their ship away without destroying it. Elira raised an eyebrow. Risky. But if your calculations are correct. She nodded. Do it. With coordinated effort, the plan worked. The enemy ship was pushed back, confused, and eventually forced to retreat. Lyra 7 remained safe. But the message was clear. Human ingenuity, when combined with Lyran technology, was a force even formidable opponents could not ignore. The Lyran court, observing the strategy from holographic displays, expressed amazement. Elira turned to Aaron, her eyes bright with admiration. You have done more than survive and adapt. You have contributed meaningfully to the protection of this world. Your species is capable. Aaron felt a mix of pride and humility. I only hope this proves that humanity can be trusted as an ally, not a threat, he said. Elira smiled faintly. Trust is earned, and you have taken the first steps. The Council will now formally recognize the potential of humans. You, Captain, are the bridge between our species. After the battle, Elira led Aaron through the palace gardens, where the soft glow of alien flora created a serene atmosphere. We have seen strength in many forms, she said. But humans possess a unique combination of creativity, courage, and adaptability. That is why your species may one day stand among the great civilizations of the galaxy. Aaron glanced at her. It is an honor to hear that. Humanity may be young, but we survive because we think, we adapt, and we never give up. That is how we endure challenges, even against odds that seem impossible. Elira nodded. And now, you understand why alliances are necessary. Strength alone is not enough. Cooperation, understanding, and shared purpose create security and opportunity. Humans have shown they can contribute to such a future. Over the next several days, Aaron and Elira continued their cultural and technological exchanges. He learned advanced methods of energy manipulation, communication across light years, and ways of maintaining harmony with the planet's ecosystems. In return, he shared human concepts, problem-solving under pressure, rapid innovation, and the importance of moral choice in decision-making. The Lyran court observed the collaboration with increasing interest. Many had been skeptical of humans, viewing them as untested and fragile. But Aaron's actions, combined with Elira's endorsement, demonstrated that humans were not only capable of learning quickly, but also of contributing strategically. Elira finally gathered the court for a formal declaration. We have observed humans in action, she announced. They have faced threats with intelligence and courage, adapted to our environment, and shown creativity in solving problems that our technology alone could not address. Therefore, we recognize humanity as a species worthy of alliance and respect. Applause and expressions of approval echoed through the chamber. Aaron stood beside Elira, humbled by the recognition but also proud of the human spirit. This is only the beginning, he whispered. Together, we can face challenges the galaxy presents and build something greater than any one species could achieve alone. End quote. Elira's eyes reflected pride and hope. Indeed, Captain. Humanity has shown that it can rise to challenges, protect allies, and innovate in ways that inspire even the most advanced civilizations. The galaxy is vast, and dangers remain, but now we face them together. In the days that followed, human and Lyran teams worked side by side, sharing knowledge, refining strategies, and exploring new technologies. What began as cautious observation had grown into mutual respect and collaboration. Humans learned from Lyran wisdom, while Lyrans learned from human ingenuity. Captain Aaron often reflected on the journey that brought him here, from stepping boldly into the palace, to standing as an ally in the eyes of an advanced civilization. Humanity had been tested, and had risen to the challenge. They were no longer mere observers in the galaxy. They were participants, innovators, and allies. One evening, as the twin moons of Lyra 7 bathed the palace in silver light, Illyra and Aaron stood on a balcony overlooking the forests and rivers. "You see, Captain," she said, "the galaxy rewards those who are adaptable, courageous, and willing to learn. Humans possess these traits in abundance." Aaron nodded, feeling the weight and honor of her words. "We have much to learn, but we also bring value. I hope we continue to prove that humanity belongs here." Illyra's gaze swept the horizon, thoughtful and determined. "You already have, Captain. Your presence has changed perceptions, built trust, and created new possibilities. The galaxy is wide and full of challenges, but humanity has shown that it can rise to meet them. That is why you are worthy of alliance and recognition." As night fell fully, the palace glowed with a calm, steady light. The stars sparkled above, endless and inviting. Captain Aaron felt a sense of accomplishment and hope. Humanity had faced the unknown, demonstrated courage and intelligence, and earned its place among the stars. The journey was far from over. But now, humans and Lyrans would face the galaxy together, united by respect, cooperation, and the shared drive to explore and protect the wonders of the universe. And in the eyes of Princess Illyra, the spark of human potential burned brightly, an inspiration not only for her civilization, but for all the stars that awaited discovery.